Good morning. Sorry for all the weird background noises. A lot of builders outside doing some kind of scaffolding work. You've all been asking me to do a hair video, so we're going to do a hair video. I've just done my makeup. I need to be quite fast though because I'm already running late as normal. So this is my hair this morning, just exactly how I woke up, and then I just put this bobble in it while I was washing my face and doing my makeup. I washed my hair yesterday, so it's okay. Now I'm going to brush it with this brush I got from Primark. I think we're noticing a theme with my videos, my beauty videos, like, this is from Primark, this is from Primark. I'm very fortunate my hair is very, very, very straight, but that can be a pain in the ass because I have no fucking body to it whatsoever. So I'll be showing you what products I use, what styling tools I use. Yeah, I'm not big on my beauty things, but I like it when my hair looks nice. Alright, so there you go, my hair's brushed. Am I happy with the parting? Don't know. Let me just lift it slightly. Hang on. My roots need doing again. Alright, okay. I like to have my parting slightly off centre because I have a bald patch like here. So whenever I have a centre parting, you can see the bald patch. I'll tell you the story for that in a minute. Okay, so stay tuned for more stories. Yeah, so I'm splitting my hair into two, and then I just start curling it with my GHDs that are about a decade old at least, but they're still working, they're brilliant, so I don't care. And usually I'll either curl like inwards or outwards. Today I'm going to go inwards, or some days I'll just go for like a mixture. If you go for a mixture it looks more natural. I should probably, I don't know if you can see, let me just move back slightly. I'm at the ends of my hair. So I'm going to be going inwards, so for that I mean that I just like go like that, so clamp inwards and then just pull. Was that a good description of hair? I don't know. Don't worry about all the steam coming off your hair, it's just all the moisture in your hair. And then look, you're left with a curl. And then I'll just do the same on the next bit. Yeah, if I was going to be doing like an outie curl, I'll just go innie, outie, innie, outie. I'll be going like this if I was doing outie, like that. But I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be doing all innies. What was the thing I said I was going to tell you? The story. Oh yeah, about the bald patch on my head. Okay, so I was in college and it was the first time that I was old enough to be allowed to vote, and I was proper excited about it. I'm going to try and drag this story out because I don't even know how fast I can do this here. And so I was in the library at college and I printed off my, I don't know what it's called, the form. Also I'm like twisting the hair so that it like just sets nicely like that. Yeah, I printed off the form so that I could register to vote, and as always I'd left it until like the last minute to register because my time management is just poor. And as I was leaving the library, we had a big flight of stairs, but like they kind of like went in like a spiral, but like a angular spiral. So the first like block of stairs was like 5 steps going down, and I was like really like psyched about voting and stuff, so I was like full of energy, teenager as you can imagine, and I thought, do you know what, I could probably like jump down all 5 steps, even though it was like a little bit of a stretch, but I was like, no, I could do this. So like I like ran right up to them, like jumped really high, like full of beans, and then suddenly it was like crack, and then I like fell down, and turned out that the ceiling in that part of the stairwell was significantly lower, which they had edged with steel, fucking helpful, and some yellow tape, so I should have really looked up for that, but I didn't, and obviously split my head open off the steel edging on the ceiling, which I jumped up to like full whack. So that was horrendous. And so like obviously I fell down onto the stairs, like didn't hurt the rest of my body, like just hit my head, and I was like ah, and I was like holding my head like for ages, like thinking this fucking kills. I was thinking, right, I need to like seriously hurry up, like I'm not gonna get this voter registration in time if I don't. So I thought I'll just wait for the pain to subside, and I was just like sat there going like that, and then I was thinking, God, my arm feels wet, and then I like looked up, and literally there was so much blood just like dripping down it was like dripping off my elbow. I was like, oh shit, like that looks quite bad. So I thought, it's fine, I'll just wait for the bleeding to finish. So I'm just sat there thinking, okay, bleeding, hurry up. And then anyway, this puddle started forming below my elbow, and I started looking at it, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger until it filled like the whole stairwell. And then I started thinking, shit, I have lost far too much blood. And I was like trying to be sensible. Like, I was quite calm actually. I was just looking at the blood thinking, that's well over a pint now and this bleeding isn't stopping. This is a worse cut than I originally thought. And I was thinking, shit, I'm gonna lose consciousness. I better find some help before that happens. So at which point I just thought the best thing to do is stay still, keep my blood flow slow. So I just shouted help as loud as I could. No one came. I don't think there was anyone around. And sorry, I just poofed that up a bit because the weight of my hair will like pull it down and be flat. No one came, so I was like, shit, and there was just so much blood, like it was like dripping down the stairs. At this point I was like, fuck, this is way too much blood. I thought, if I don't find help soon, I'm just going to totally lose consciousness. So I started walking down the stairs like as slow as possible and just shouting for help. Anyway, this woman found me and she was like, oh my god, because at this point all the blood was like down my face as well. I must have looked like something from a horror film. And I was like, I've bumped my head. I was like, I've lost quite a lot of blood. So she was like, oh my god, like, don't worry, like, we'll take you to hospital. So before they did, I said, oh, can you just get my boyfriend? He's like in the next like classroom. I would like him to like come with me to the hospital. So she went and got him, and they drove us like to the hospital. Well, luckily it was only like round the corner from where we were, so it was fine. And it was funny when I got to the hospital, I was still like holding my head. I hadn't let go of my head this whole time. And we were in like the queue because there was a few people at the A&E, and so there's a few people in front of me. And anyway, just as I get to the front of the queue, I might stop the story actually briefly, just so I can just tell you what I'm going to do next with my hair, and then we'll come back to the end of the story. Storytelling is such a good idea when you're doing hair, I've decided. I'll just do this little bit as well. This bit looks a bit shit. I'll do that again. Okay, so that's that side like done, and then all I'm going to do is just spray it with some Elnet hairspray, which is my favourite hairspray. And then you just leave it. Elnet is my favourite hairspray. I've tried using cheaper ones, and I honestly think it's a false economy. Elnet's just better. Also, if you get the one that's got like a turquoisey band, that doesn't smell like hairspray. It smells like really, really nice. So I would really, really recommend that one. Right, anyway, back to the story. So we was in the hospital and we're queuing up at A&E, and we're going to do the same at the side, by the way. In, like, you twirl it into your face and just pull like tight. You want it to be quite smooth motions as well, so otherwise you end up with like jerky like looking lines in your hair. But sometimes it's like just unavoidable because your hair's damaged, which mine is at the ends, obviously, because I avoid haircuts and get it bleached. So yeah, so we're queuing up in A&E, and just as I get to the front and the woman's like asking me my address and asking me questions, and she'd only asked me a couple of questions like, what's your name? And I was like, it's Bianca. And she was like, what's your address? And I was like, whew. I was like, it's really hot. I was like, I don't feel very well. And then I just went but luckily, because I was with my boyfriend at the time, like he like caught me, and I didn't fully lose consciousness, but I was not okay. Like I just couldn't even stand or anything. And that was actually a really convenient time to start passing out because it got me seen to immediately, so I like skipped the queue, so that was helpful. So I got like this nurse guy. Anyway, like I remember like being in the room and like, I had this like guy nurse, and he was so rough. He was so rough. He was just like going, yeah, it's fine, I'll just glue it back together. He just was like, huh, and like pulling my hair, and like he glued loads of chunk of my fucking hair into the thing. He could have easily avoided the hair, I think, if he'd have tried a bit harder. I think I wish I'd gotten a girl nurse because I think she would have been more bothered about saving my hair. And so that meant that when eventually the glue comes out, I lost a huge chunk of hair that never grew back. So I was really upset. It's like a weird like diagonal, like it's literally like, so you see where that like dark bit is there, that's like the bald patch, that's what it looks like. So that's a bit shit. So when I wear a centre part, it just becomes more and more obvious, like the way that the hair settles, you just like see this big patch of scalp, which no one wants. So yeah, that was the story of how I got a bald patch in my hair. I'm trying to think of other good stories. I've got loads of good stories, you know. I could tell some other good stories while I'm doing my hair. I know I could talk about hair, but I don't really have a great deal to tell you about hair. Like I use, what do I use on my hair? I don't know. L'Oreal Elvive Fibrology. Sorry, I could just see it in my shower there. My ensuite's just there. And I just use that. I just try and use whatever's like lightest, and then I put like a tiny bit of oil on the ends of my hair after I've washed it, and then if it's warm I'll just leave it to dry naturally, and if it's cold I'll blow dry it. But when I say blow dry, I literally just mean blast it until it's dry mainly, and then just leave it to finish off itself. I'm not really doing a good job of these curls because I'm so distracted and talking to you. These could be better. I need them as tight as possible because my hair just makes them straight again in like an hour. It's so annoying. Oh yeah, I could tell you about the story about when I broke my nose and lost all of my teeth. I was really young and I was in my primary school and I was running because I wanted to show the teacher some pollen that I had on my finger, which I thought was really exciting. I think I was about 7, and anyway my foot got stuck in an upturned paving stone and I tripped and I fell so hard, hair stuck on my lip gloss, I didn't even get my arms out in time to break my fall, so I landed on my face and I lost all the skin off my face, and I broke all my nose, and I lost all of my teeth, and it was so fucking traumatic. And I remember looking across the playground, seeing my friends at the time, these twin girls, and I could see 4 of them, and that's like all I remember before apparently I lost consciousness. And yeah, then they took me to hospital and it was horrendous, and I almost died of starvation because I couldn't eat enough calories in liquid form to keep my body weight up because my metabolism was so ridiculously high. So that was a really horrendous experience. So I went through a right ugly duckling phase where I had like huge lump on my nose and no teeth and all that stuff. But I got a nose job and a great dentist, and yeah, learned how to do my hair. The one good thing was as well, after I had the nose job to remove like the really massive lump off my nose, my sense of smell like improved like so greatly. It was brilliant. So you know, look on the bright side. These are gonna drop in about an hour. Ugh, your hair might be better than mine though. Yeah. Why am I telling you such like traumatic accident stories? Why didn't I tell you any nice stories? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a nice story about. See that nice dress behind me? Isn't it nice? I ordered 2 dresses because I'm going to this really fancy ball this month, and I'm really excited about it, and I couldn't decide which dress to buy, so I asked people on Twitter, and there was this green one which is behind the red one, and the red one, and so I thought, I know, I'll buy both, I'll try them both on, and then I'll keep one and send one back. Am I fuck sending one back? I've tried them both on and they're both so beautiful, make me feel like a princess, and even though I only have occasion to wear one, I'm keeping them both 100%. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that ball because I've never done one before. Also, I've got some fancy earrings. See how I've got lines on my hair where it was like jumpy, it wasn't a smooth thing. It's a bit annoying. Hopefully they'll just fall out like the curl will. Yeah, and I got them from this website called Godiva, which was so cheap. The green dress was only like 50 quid, which for an evening gown is such good value. And the red one I think was like about 80 or something. So yeah, really good value. Maybe I'll just be a fucking diva and just like change them halfway through the night. This actually hasn't taken me that long to do my hair, I'm surprised. Because I'm pretty much nearly finished. It's going to be this batch of hair here and then this tiny like fringe thing at the front that I just cut in myself with a razor blade. I just literally, I'll show you what I do, hang on. This one's like jumping because the hair's in really bad shape. I use some spray on argan oil sometimes to stop it from jumping, but that also makes my hair greasier, so. Oh, this is not ideal. It's fine, it's absolutely fine. Right, is there any more bits? Just this bit? Hang on. Right, this is just the last bit now. We've got it all. It's hard doing this in the phone as opposed to the mirror. Right, okay. Fucking hell, what's happened there? Hang on. Just do this bit again. Okay. And then again with the hairspray. And then what I do is I just like leave it while I get dressed or whatever. So I'm going to stop this video now and we'll come back in 5 when I have left it to like set as curls. So this is what it looks like now, which is not how it's going to be looking when I'm finished, don't worry. It's going to look a lot nicer. Okay, so as you can see now, some of it's fell out. Right, this is what I do when I've finished doing my hair. Get some Batiste dry shampoo. I like this one because of the smell. Spray it all into your roots. This will lighten up the colour of your roots if, like me, they're a bit darker than your bleach hair. It will give your hair body, it will make it smell nice, and it will stop it from being greasy, because mine gets greasy in like a day. As I told you, I washed it yesterday, but it already looks a bit ugh. Oh, that feels nice. I've just been cleaning, and I'm a bit hot, so it's nice and cooling on my scalp. Then, once I have worked it all into my roots and stuff, can usually feel where there's a bit of it clumped up. Right, I'm pretty happy I think with that. Then what I do is I just give my hair a nice brush through. And this just stops it looking like you're an extra on fucking Annie or something with your crazy tight ringlets. And this makes it like just a sexy blow dry wave thing. I would like if it would stay a bit curlier for me, but it doesn't. So this is how I do it. And then once I've brushed it all through, I just like hairspray it and then poof it up. Just like poof it a bit. And then that's how I get my hair. Like this is like my pretty much like my go-to hairdo for like nice big sexy hair. So there you go. I don't know if you can see it properly, hang on. I'll just go like that so hopefully you can see what it looks like. And this is how I like it, so yeah. Thanks for watching, bye!